Hello everyone, this is POW coming at you with another update. In this update, we're going to be talking about a major winter storm with a blizzard and a tornado outbreak with colder temperatures throughout the week. So before I do get started, if you do like weather-related content, please subscribe to my channel as I will upload daily updates to keep you ahead of the storm. And I do ask you to share this video with your friends and family on social media. All right, so let's get started. Let's start off with the latest watches and warnings as of this morning, Saturday, March the 13th. And we've got blizzard warnings in portions of Wyoming into Nebraska, as well as that winter storm warning that we've been talking about over Colorado and to Wyoming. And unfortunately, severe thunderstorm watch with possibly a tornado outbreak later on today for the panhandle of Texas, and flash flood watches into Kansas, as well as Oklahoma and parts of Missouri, and then wind advisories for portions of New England. So I'm actually pretty excited. I got a website to share. I've created a ponderonweather.com, so you can actually go to it. Here's some of the highlights. You can kind of scroll over and click over. Here's my YouTube channel. Here's my Facebook page, but off here to the left, I got different tabs. Here's my About Me section. You can read all about me and how I got started in the weather, my love for the weather, and support POW. I got a POW fan store in there with all different items included in my Patreon channel, and then a sponsor page, as well as my affiliate links with, I've got about 10 different products from my POW Ponder on Weather rain gauge, my weather station, Weather Flow Tempest, which I highly recommend. I have it myself. I love the product. And I've got other weather stations in there, as well as like emergency travel kits. Weather radios are good, especially going into severe weather season, to be warned well ahead of time, which I always try to do on this channel. The anatomy of the storm, kind of a glossary of some of the terminology that I talk about on this channel. And then I also do local educational seminars for my local community, like schools and things like that. So you can go check it out and let me know what you think. And I also have created a chat button here. So if you got something like a private message you want to send me and ask me a question, feel free to hit the chat button and it'll come right to me and I can answer it for you. So let's go over the latest 500 millibar. We got a very active pattern, guys. I mean, so this dynamic storm system is going to be coming across. This is going to be bringing the blizzard type conditions later on today into Colorado. I mean, it's been taking a sweet time, but it's pretty much right on its doorstep. We'll be dumping that the atmosphere is going to turn over quick in a big way and play into Denver, into Colorado, especially in Wyoming, as this traverses across from west to east throughout today. And then as we extend the view going into Wednesday, we have yet another dynamic system coming from the west to the east. It'll probably be dumping more snow in Denver, probably some severe weather, and unfortunately set up possibly another severe weather setup for portions of the southeast coming up on Wednesday, March the 17th. And that same system will continue moving across and be over the northeast by the 19th. And this is the snowstorm that we've been kind of highlighting for the past several days now, at least, and it's still showing up in the cards for the northeast for a snowstorm by then. So let me kind of walk you through how this is all going to occur over the next several days. Here's the latest satellite picture this morning as of Saturday, March the 13th, and you can see, I mean, it's pretty much right under the gun in places like Denver. That snow should be starting any time now, and that'll transfer to heavy snow as we go into tonight. Out ahead of it, we're going to be dealing with some flash flooding in portions of Kansas and Missouri, and unfortunately some severe weather, and it looks like a big event coming up for portions of the Texas Panhandle. The Storm Prediction Center already has highlighted the first moderate risk of severe weather for this season, and it looks like a big one. I highlighted the hail risk out of this one, as well as the tornado risk. I mean, the threat is high for what they consider a tornado outbreak, which would be 10 tornadoes or more. And unfortunately, it definitely looks like the conditions are amplified to create supercell thunderstorms and possibly some could be long track tornadoes as well. So we definitely have to be looking out, have your weather radios ready in this area, especially as we get into later on this afternoon. If you look at the latest HRR index, I mean, some of this, this goes every single hour, but man, by like 2 o'clock this afternoon, things should start literally lighting up in a big way. And these thunderstorms really start firing, get 30, 40, 50,000 feet up in the air. And these are big hail producers, tornado producers, and high wind producers. And I do feel like later on this afternoon, especially going into this evening, this whole area will be under the gun for the Texas Panhandle and portions of Oklahoma for all three modes for severe weather. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But as we continue into the overnight, going into Sunday morning, that's when, that storm system over Colorado will be really, taking shape with some very heavy snow. It's one of those snows in Denver. I don't even think you get below freezing during the entire event. You're going to be sitting at 33, 34, 35 degrees, but it's going to be heavy snow, and it's going to be a sharp demarcation line off to the east, where there's going to be a sharp gradient of hardly any snow, and then 20, 30 inches just to the west of you. So I'm still expecting, I've been calling for 18 to 24 inches in Denver. It's probably closer on the 18 side now, but I'm still holding true 18 inches in Denver. Cheyenne, if they break 26 inches, that'll be the all-time snowiest ever, any snowfall in history. And they definitely have the potential to break that. I mean, it could be 3 feet plus as we get into the foothills. So definitely a big event. I mean, we're talking a long duration event. Could be a 48-hour event coming up for Colorado as this continues moving in. The day on Sunday. As we go into the day on Sunday, we're still dealing with that very heavy snow, and that'll be lifting into, portions of Wyoming, getting into Nebraska. This whole area here is going to be under the gun. I mean, at times, we're talking up to 3 inches per hour snowfall rates is easily, can come to fruition as this continues moving across, and we'll be dealing with some severe weather out ahead of it. But fortunately, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area places, and as you extend the view, this will kind of wind itself down. They do have what they call a cap in place over the Dallas-Fort Worth area that will help limit the thunderstorms as these storms continue to rise and have the upward rising motion. They've got that warm air aloft, which is what they call the protective lid here, that'll squash the activity. It's not all the way, it will completely shut off the activity. Some of them could poke holes through it. And but still, there's not a severe threat for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's just going to be some strong thunderstorms as this moves across into the overnight hours on Sunday morning. We're talking, after midnight to 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not really expecting any severe weather threat, but this threat will continue moving across and kind of regain itself as it continues moving into portions of Shreveport and places like Little Rock, Arkansas. They could be under the gun for some more severe weather as that system kind of re-ramps back up. As this continues moving across onto Monday morning now, that same system will be highlighted over South Dakota, going into Iowa, some very heavy snow and rain out ahead of it in portions of Illinois, going into the south side of Louisiana, into, getting into portions of Mississippi and Alabama. You can see the blue lines here where that jet stream, that polar jet will start to dip. That'll bring some colder temperatures to the northeast. And we're already looking at our second system that's going to be coming off the west coast with some more rain and possibly snow, and could have some snow flying, at least some wet snow, and even portions of Portland by then, as some chillier air starts to enter the picture. And these are feels like temperatures coming up for Monday morning, the 15th, and you can definitely see in the northeast, I mean, it could be 3 below zero in Boston. So that's some definitely colder air on the way. What we're talking feels like in the teens and portions of the Ohio Valley, where it's going to be snowing here in Colorado and even out to the west. I mean, these feels likes are below freezing temperatures. I mean, this is coming up for Monday morning, the 15th. As this continues moving across for Tuesday, the 16th, that same system will kind of start phasing itself out, but still have enough left to have some, snow showers continue moving across into the mid-Atlantic, into the northeast. Again, while we set our sights on the second system back behind it, that'll be dumping some more snow into Nevada, into portions of Arizona by then. And that'll actually be creeping back into Colorado again with yet some more snow for them. But by Tuesday, we can definitely see the feels like temperatures will continue to hang on into the northeast, 20 degrees and chillier as you extend further up into the northeast. Out to the west, 25 degrees. Washington, Oregon, northern parts of California, these are feels like. So that's definitely some colder air. And then, down to the south, you're still going to be under the gun for severe weather as that second system will continue moving across from west to east. So then later on today, on Tuesday, that same system will be setting up over the Four Corners region, dumping some more heavier snows for them. And again, where those warm temperatures are going to still be in place, the dew points are going to be high. Unfortunately, that'll create another probably significant severe weather threat as we get into the day on Wednesday. And you can definitely see the temperatures and what we're working with. These are feels like temperatures in the morning time. Low to mid 60s, and dew points are probably almost matching that. So as that system comes across, that'll be ample fuel to highlight possibly another significant severe weather threat by then coming up on the day on Wednesday the 17th. But to the north, that's where you have that clash in temperatures. The feels likes are still below freezing in all these highlighted areas in the blue. So a good chunk of the country is still going to be waking up to temperatures for St. Patrick's Day, at least feels like below freezing. So as we get into the day and closer into Wednesday morning, that same system will get a little bit closer to the Texas Panhandle. So, before you were talking about severe weather, you even could be talking about some snow flying in that region by then, as that second system will get a little closer, like places like Dalhart. The extreme northern portions of the Texas Panhandle, you could actually see some more snow flying as we get through the day on a Wednesday, as that same system continues to move across into Kansas and be dumping some very heavy rain on the south side. And I do feel this is Wednesday the 17th. That'll be setting the stage for another possibly significant severe weather threat by then. The Storm Prediction Center has already highlighted a slight risk for severe weather for Shreveport, getting into good portions of the Dixie Valley, into the portions of the southeast, all the way extending northward into Kentucky, into portions of Tennessee here. And even though this is a slight risk, the dynamics even look pretty prime. This could be elevated into possibly another enhanced risk, or this could be possibly another significant severe weather threat. So we have to be definitely looking out. This gives you 5-day warning, but yeah, it looks like conditions are going to be coming together for another possibly significant severe weather threat. So definitely be on the lookout for that. As this continues moving across, this is your Thursday morning severe, feels like temperatures. You can see those freezing temperatures get a little bit closer. Feels like temperatures get just a tad bit closer. We're talking 23 degrees, feels like, in the Texas Panhandle when you're dealing with severe weather this morning. So you can see the step down process as we get a little bit colder. We've been kind of talking about this after, mid-month, kind of the step down process as this continues, pushing across, closer to spring. So, but later in the day on Thursday, that same system will be setting up over Iowa again. Even the northern portions of Missouri could be seeing some snow flying as rain out ahead of it. But as it hits the northeast, we're going to be dealing with some colder temperatures by Friday. And this feels like temperatures get just a tad bit further south, right? Now we're talking those feels likes get into the Ohio Valley of the teens and 20s. We're still holding strong with chillier temperatures in the northeast. Even single digits feels like, and even down portions of the south. We're even 40s by then on the back side of that system. So as we get into the day on going into Friday, we've still been highlighting the 19th. We've actually been kind of talking about this for a while now. That same system will move across, cold air in place, and that'll set the stage for more snow for you guys coming up in the northeast and portions of Pennsylvania, getting into New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, getting into portions of Maine. And as we extend the day and going into the mornings on Friday, that just amplifies this low pressure system sets up off the coast of New England. That'll be dumping some more heavier snows in some of the bigger cities of Philly, New York City, Boston, along the I-95 corridor could see some more snow out of this, and this continues moving across as that low moves across. Cold air comes down from the north. That'll transfer all the snow. I mean, we could be looking at some more snow down into Jersey, down along the coast of even portions of Cape Cod. Could be seeing a little bit of wet snow by then. So yeah, definitely some more snow is on the table. And as you wake up for spring, the first day of spring on March the 20th, and you can see that step down process will be really taking shape now over the southeast, and your feels likes below freezing in South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, all the way up into the Northeast, Ohio Valley, everywhere you see in blue for your spring morning temperature as you wake up for next Saturday morning. Yeah, you're going to be feels like below freezing. So definitely some chillier weather on the way as we kind of step down, on the back half of March. But here's your snow just over the next 6 to 7 days, and it highlights both of those features over Colorado and Wyoming. So they get back-to-back systems. So anywhere in these orange shaded areas, I mean, we're talking anywhere from 24 to 36 inches of snowfall just in the next 6 or 7 days. So these could be some significant amounts picking up in that area. And that even though some snow showers could be extending into Kansas, even in northern portions of Missouri, especially into Iowa, and then getting into portions of it might miss a good chunk of Indiana and Ohio, but like I said, really pick back up again as that low is off the coast into portions of the Northeast. We could be looking at more snow just over the next 6 or 7 days, and a lot of this is highlighted. Some of it could be the 16th to the 17th, but I'm not really expecting too much there. But especially by the 18th and that 19th storm, I do feel like you could be picking up some pretty healthy snowfall totals in the Northeast. So hey, I appreciate you guys watching. Do like this video. Definitely leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to catch the latest update where I protect you before and after the storm.